Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to iHeart Sports. Alex Hart here to break down Friday night's games quickly. I shouldn't say breakdown, here to run through them. 14 games, a little bit of a review for those of you who may not have seen some of the games. Myself, I try to watch as much of the games as possible, but obviously we can't watch them all. There's 14 games going on in the span of like 7 hours. I try to watch what I can, give you the tidbits I can, look up the highlights and stuff. But mostly we're just going to run down the scores, kind of some of the takeaways from each game that I saw, and really that's all it. We're going to start off today with Atlanta. They went to the New York Mets. It was really the first game of the day. It started a little bit earlier than the rest. It was a huge pitcher duel from Soroka and DeGrom. Game ended up being a 1-0 score, and really the only difference maker in this one was a Cespedes home run, which I know Mets fans are really happy to see. The Mets bullpen closed the door on this one, and DeGrom definitely picked up the win. Next game, we're looking at Cincinnati. Oh, what a good start. I know Cincinnati Reds fans are going to be happy with this one. 7-1 win over the Detroit Tigers. Moustakas had a huge game. 3 hits, 4 RBIs. Joey Votto hit a home run. I think the Reds have a lot to be excited about this season. And that's basically it. Next up, Cincinnati hosting the Detroit Tigers. I know Reds fans are really excited to see how this team does, and they did not disappoint on this, getting it to a very early lead in the first inning. Mike Moustakas making his debut, 3 hits, 4 RBIs, 1 home run. Joey Votto hit a home run. Last year he had 1 lefty home run. This year he already did that when he knocked it out of the park versus Boyd. For the Tigers, they did have C.J. Cron hit a home run. Otherwise, it was a pretty big rout, and Cincinnati, we kind of saw it coming. Next up here, probably what I consider one of the bigger upsets of the day. The Miami Marlins went into Philadelphia and upset the Phillies 5-2. Aguilar hit a 2-run home run. Alcantara for the Marlins, 6.1 innings pitched with 7 Ks, really shut these Phillies down, which is a really good feat considering this Phillies lineup is supposed to be very, very lethal. For the Phillies, Nola took the loss. They did get a home run from Didi Gregorius, so it wasn't all bad, but I know they're really going to want to win these next couple games against the Marlins if they're going to keep going up in the power rankings back there. After that, we have Kansas City at Cleveland, 2-0 Cleveland win, and really this was a Bieber show. Bieber pitched 16 innings. He pitched 6 innings, 14 Ks, and then the bullpen shut the door after that. And honestly, it's just a couple of hits here and there, and got the Indians the 2 runs, and the rest is really history. It's just a small ball kind of game, but they squeaked out their end, and 14 Ks, Bieber. It's impressive. Next up, Milwaukee went into Chicago, took the L, 3-0. Kyle Hendricks pitched a gem. He was the pitcher probably that I would give the award to for best pitcher of the day. Mainly, he pitched a complete game shutout, 3-0. Cubs also got some offense from Ian Happ, Anthony Rizzo, both hitting home runs. Early start, maybe the Cubs are hoping the offense clicks a little bit more, but got to be happy. 2 home runs and a 3-0 win without having to use their bullpen. So, moving on. Next up, biggest rout of the day, but to no surprise, the Baltimore Orioles fell to the Boston Red Sox 13-2. No home runs from Boston on this one, but J.D. Martinez and Pilar both hit 3 hits, 3 RBIs, so a lot of RBIs between the 2 of them, 6 of them, half of them. For Baltimore, Ruiz had hit the only home run for them, the only home run of the game, and really all their pitchers got lit up very equally. About 3 runs from earned at least from all of them. So, sorry, Baltimore. I think you guys are going to be in for quite a long season. Sorry. Let's moving on. Colorado, Texas. Colorado lost 1-0. Texas really shut the doors. Very surprising to see that this such a low-scoring game, considering both teams have decent offenses. I think Blackman left 5 on base. Marquez took the loss for Colorado, which is their ace, and he had an amazing year last year. What can you complain about this year? They only gave in 1 run. So this one really went to Odor, who was the RBI double. He gave out the double. He won the game for them. And really, for Colorado, the biggest note is David Dahl got 3 hits in the leadoff spot, and they just couldn't bring him home. Blackman, like I said, 5 times left on base, and Arenado, same kind of deal. Oh, this next one, we got Minnesota and Chicago White Sox. This one I was watching very closely. Minnesota got out to a quick lead, 4-1 in the first inning. 4 hits right off the bat. Max Kepler, home run, lead off the game. But by the end of the second inning, it was 5-5. Like, this game, both pitchers couldn't pitch. Max Kepler hit a second home run in his second at bat. Machado, is that how you pronounce his name? He hit a home run for the Chicago White Sox, so I know they're really excited about him this year. So that's a quick start for him. And they got to bury us, so that's no easy feat. So they at least have some takeaway from this game. Had their pitching not been so poor, Giolito had a lot of trouble this game. They might have had a better chance at taking this one home. 7 earned runs for Giolito. Next up, we had the Pirates at the Cardinals. This one, 5-4 for the Cardinals. And they got out to the lead, and they carried it home. There was a little bit of a scare in the 9th when the Pirates scored 2, but they were managed to close the door. Really, the biggest note here I have is Flaherty. He went 7 innings, only 2 earned runs, so quality start for him. Picks up the W. And yeah, the Cardinals are off to a good start. Pirates, they're gonna see if they can hold it down again today. Another pretty big rout. Started off very close until Houston cracked it open. They beat the Mariners 8-2. Verlander gave up 2 home runs, though. One to Kyle Seager, and the other to Lewis, who honestly I don't know who that is. Brantley hit a 3-run home run for the Astros, and that basically is what cracked it open for them. And they just kept on going for that. Next up, we got Arizona at San Diego. 7-2 win for San Diego. Big start for them. I know there's a lot of hype around this team this year, me included. It was interesting. Bumgarner was the pitcher for Arizona. He couldn't get out of the 6th inning, 5.2, and that's where it all fell apart. It was scoreless up until then, and Garner gave up some runs and 3 San Diego runs for that inning. Cole Calhoun, the only home run in this game for the Diamondbacks. Chris Paddock, yeah, this is debut starting ace on the mound there, and he had an amazing start. 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, only 4 Ks, but he closed the door, got the win. Padres are off to a good 2020. Just ripping through here, we got another one on Dodgers, 9-1 over San Francisco. Dodgers continue to smash. Their offense is looking really good really early in this season. Their pitching is even coming up good. Stripling, 7 innings pitched, 7 Ks, 1 earned run. So far, the Giants have really struggled to put some runs on the board. Hard to tell if it's because they're the Giants or if because they're playing the number 1 team in the league right now. We'll only be able to tell as the season goes on, but it's going to be a long start for the Giants, at least playing against these Dodgers. So for the home runs, we got 2 home runs, Max Muncy crushing 2, and then for the San Francisco, Jalen Davis cranked a home run off Stripling, and that was the only run he gave up. Tyler Anderson for the Giants, 1.2 innings pitched, and then they gave him the hook. So I'm sure a lot of pitchers are going to see a lot of short innings against Dodgers, but this one was especially poor for him. Gosman came in, tried to relieve 4 innings, still giving up runs. And then this last game of the night, I stayed up for this, so we're ripping through this morning. It's early. We got the Angels in Oakland. Oakland 7-3 win, although the score isn't indicative of this game. It's the first game all season that went to extra innings. And then Ohtani led off the top on second, and then they fumbled around. It was kind of interesting watching how they're playing these. The Angels, who were the first at bat in the extra innings, didn't really try to score that run. They didn't try to do any bunting or anything like that. Then Oakland came up in the bottom, a lot of struggling for them, and bases ended up getting loaded. And Matt Olson walks in there and just cranks a grand slam. The game's over. So not a lot of social distancing at the end of that game, but it is what it is. And that basically is me trying to run through 14 games in 14 minutes. I don't know how long we're at, but that's what I'm trying to do. Throw in some comments or something like that if you got something to add. For me, there's a lot of baseball to watch, and I'm just trying to figure out formats on how I'm gonna keep these videos coming, because I don't know how reasonable it is or how beneficial it is to do these review videos, especially. Honestly, games are going to be starting in another 3 hours. Might be more beneficial to do previews, but this is what I like. I like to talk about those games that happened, the home runs that happened, what it means. I know a lot of these games don't mean much. Well, they mean something, but they don't mean much in terms of the race at this second. But it's going to start shaping up, and then I might be able to talk a little bit more about each game that way. I'm going to be taking down the power rankings board today. You won't see it in the future because I update it after every day. Haven't done it yet. Going to do it after this video. But I update it after every day, and I don't want to spoil the most amazing videos that are coming out Sunday. So that makes it up. If you have any questions, my email, I always put it below, iHeartSports0@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Instagram or any of that and shoot me a message. Thanks for watching if you made it this far, and we'll be watching these games today. Peace out.